Good morning and welcome to my kitchen. It is time for another delicious episode. Today I've got two amazing recipes using California prunes. We have got a creme brulee with candied ginger and lime and California prunes. And then we have also got a passion fruit drizzle cake. And I've reduced half the fat using California prunes. Right, okay, let's get the creme brulee going first. Now this recipe, you can do anything you like, but I am gonna make some delicious, like a delicious base for it. So I have taken my yummy California prunes. I need to do a lot with these today. And then just pop them in the bottom, okay? Make sure they're not stuck together.
At least make a pretty pattern with them, Pete.
I could.
Concentric circles, Pete, concentric circles.
How does that feel? How do you feel about that?
Really uneasy, but it's okay.
Do you?
I'll let you off.
Right, let me get a knife. Now, I thought an amazing flavour combination is ginger and California prunes, okay? So, rather than put like raw ginger in, which is just gonna blow your head off, I thought preserved ginger. So basically, have you ever used preserved ginger before?
Yeah.
So it is just pieces of ginger cooked in a syrup. And the great thing is you get this amazing syrup and you get the candied ginger as well, or preserved ginger. So all I'm going to do is cut it into really thin slices. And the reason why I'm doing this is because if you leave it in massive chunks and you bite into one of these, that is all you will taste.
It's gonna burn.
Yeah, well, yeah. Whereas we're trying to just get that beautiful combination that's just going to sit at the bottom of this delicious vanilla-y, custardy creme brulee. I like to do big portions of creme brulee that you can all share, but you can do little individual ones if you want to. So, sliced up, you could chop it with a knife on a board and then put them in if you want. Probably 2 pieces is going to be enough, okay?
So what if you used like powdered ginger?
Ginger. Well, yeah, that's fine. You'll get a similar flavour profile, but you won't get those little slithery sweet nuggets of ginger. Because have you ever tried it just as is?
No.
Have a little taste of a slice. Have a little nibble. It's just, if you like ginger, you'll love it. It is really, really nice.
Oh, reminds me of like a ginger cookie.
Yeah. So, let's try this now. Piece of prune and candied ginger. So this is kind of where when we're working on recipes, we taste the raw ingredient together and then understand how it works. How does it play? Is it overpowering? Does it complement each other? And this is how we get to recipes. What do you think? So just spread out the ginger. So you've got a thin layer on the bottom, all right? And then take some of your syrup and put that on the bottom. And that is just going to allow it all to marry together. That's it. That's all you need.
That pattern in that tin's really putting me off, Pete. Oh, man.
Where does it need to? It'll be all covered up in a minute. There you go. Right, just wash my hands while you deal with that.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll cover it up in a minute. She doesn't have to look at it. Okay. Lime juice, lime, prunes, ginger. Great combination, okay? So just pop it in the bottom there. And it's almost just going to sit there, and as it cooks, they will all marry together. So put that to one side, so Emily can't see it. And then we are basically on to our brulee, so our creme brulee. So 2 jugs. We want 9 egg yolks, okay? So you're gonna have to save your egg whites in this recipe. They will freeze, egg whites.
Without whipping them?
Yep.
Oh, really?
They will freeze. The best thing to do is put them into like a seal bag, a kitchen bag that you'd seal up.
Yeah.
And just pop them in. Because for one, If you put them in a bag, it takes up less space. And obviously a Ziploc bag, that's where I was trying to get to. A Ziploc bag will just preserve them, the air won't get to them, and they will whip up into a pavlova or whatever another day. But they will freeze, you can keep them for 12 months.
Wow.
Okay? And especially sort of a recipe like this, 9 egg yolks, it's quite a lot of egg white left over, isn't it? So you want to use, find ways of using it up.
How would you use them?
I would use them either on a Swiss roll and make a lovely Swiss roll or something like that. Or, I mean, you got to love a pavlova, haven't you?
Yeah.
In fact, we've got a recipe for a delicious summer pavlova. If you go to californiaprunes.net,
Yep.
there is a lovely summer berry and California prune pavlova recipe there. If I ask Carlos really nicely, he'll put a QR code along the bottom and it will take you to that recipe. There you go. We do look after you. We like to look after you all. Okay. So some of you also may have noticed I have a lovely new worktop. Beautiful. We really, really like them. From Materia, this is a Noir Laurent. Did I say it? Yeah. Noir Laurent. And it is from International Stones, who we're working with. It is amazing. We absolutely love it. So thank you very much. If you want to know where to get it from, just send me a message and I'll let you know. Okay, back to our California prunes. So, final egg yolk. I don't know whether I said before, but my top tip would be when you're saving your egg whites is write on the plastic bag that you're storing them in how many egg whites are in that bag. Because what you'll do is you'll take them out. Oh, they're egg whites. How many do I need? Oh, I didn't write that. And you forget. So it sounds obvious, but we've all made that mistake, haven't we? So write down exactly how many egg whites are in that bag, and then you'll know. Okay, so I've got 80 grams of white sugar, just to get not too sweet, because we've got our candied ginger, we've got our California prunes, we've got the syrup from the ginger in the bottom. So this doesn't need to be heavily sweet. We've got some vanilla, again, works amazing in terms of flavor combinations with prunes, okay? And this is what we do. We want to make sure that whatever we put into a dish, they're kind of best friends, all right? That's the best way to cook. A lot of people ask me, how do you come up with that combination and this combination? It's all down to taste. Taste, 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 and then create a canvas, i.e. a recipe, to deliver that taste. So, whisk it all together. You're only whisking to combine the sugar and the yolks. You're not trying to double it in volume or anything like that, because you don't want loads of volume in it. And then we have a pint of double cream, okay? You could do half and half if you wanted to. You could do half milk, half cream if you wanted to, but I think, look, if you're gonna make a creme brulee, make a good one. All right? So heavy cream if you were over in America, it would be, not double cream, isn't it? That's right? Yeah. Okay, so I have preheated my oven to 100 degrees, okay? So I work with AEG, and my ovens will go down to 100 degrees Celsius. Quite a low temperature, because we're not trying to souffle this. If you were to cook it at a higher temperature, it will souffle, because it's full of eggs. All right, so 100 degrees, and when I tested this recipe, it's between 90 minutes and 120 minutes it will take to cook. And then when it is cooked, leave it in the oven to cool. Don't whip it out, just let it cool. So in with our egg mixture. You can say goodbye to my lovely pattern there, Emily. Yeah. Look, it's gone. All gone.
Thank goodness for that, eh?
Now, look at can you see those little air bubbles there? They're upsetting me.
Oh,
take your blowtorch.
Yeah, the balls are upsetting you if you're going to do something about it.
And just look, they disappear instantly.
What happens if you were to leave them in?
Well, they're all bubbly on the top, and then when you want to brulee the top, it's kind of a bit foamy. And I want a clean surface so that when you put the sugar on and you burn the sugar, you just have that defining layer that we crack through. Because let's be honest, creme brulee, it's all about the crack on the top, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the brulee is on a baking tray. I take another baking tray. Now you can clean film this if you want. Yes, you can put clean film in the oven. It won't melt. It will sort of shrink wrap and hug the tin. But what I like to do is just put another tin on the top. So what this does is it seals it. It also gets hot, so it helps cook from the top and from the bottom. Okay? So this is going in the oven between 90 minutes and 2 hours, so 120 minutes, all right? And what you need to look for is just that to firm it up. Now, what you can do is you can take a digital thermometer, okay, if you've got one, and you're looking for the center. I'm just going to show you what I would do. So after 90 minutes, I would then put that right in the center there, and I want it over 75 degrees. And you've got to hold it there for like 10, 15 seconds. But you're looking for 75 degrees Celsius. That is when the eggs will have firmed up and coagulated. There's a word for you, Emily.
Spell it.
Nope. But I know what it means. It means the eggs firm up. Right, into the oven. Coagulated. How would I spell that? So while the creme brulee is cooking in the oven, here's how I make my absolutely delicious California prune and passion fruit drizzle cake.
First thing you need to do is put your margarine and your prunes into a food processor and blend until smooth. Then add the sugar, blend again. Add the eggs one at a time, making sure they fully incorporate into the mixture. Then add your self-raising flour and mix gently. Transfer into a 2-pound loaf tin and bake in a preheated oven for about 40 minutes until fully baked. Add the sugar, lime and passion fruit into a mixing bowl and stir it together. Once your cake is baked, prick the top with a cocktail stick and spoon the syrup over the top, allowing it to soak into the cake. Then sprinkle with a little sugar for that extra bit of crackle for an amazing cake.
Okay, so I've got my creme brulee here. I've cooked one earlier while that one's still in the oven. So this one, to recap, 100 degrees Celsius in the oven on a tray with another tray on top, so it kind of trapped it in, so it doesn't form a skin basically. And I cooked it to 75 degrees Celsius core temperature. So I used a digital probe and I checked the center. If you haven't got a probe, you need to give it a good wobble basically, and you need to make your judgment call on the wobble. But in terms of timing, minimum 90 minutes, maximum 120 minutes at 100 degrees C should see you right, okay? But don't overcook it, otherwise it will souffle. Then once it's cooked, switch the oven off, open the door and leave it to cool. Then put it in the fridge and you end up with like this. So, time to brulee. This is the best bit, okay? So, on with some granulated sugar. And then what you need to do is just kind of tap it. And you want to give it a nice thin coating. All right? Because when we blowtorch this, now I'm going to use a blowtorch. Now, fully appreciate, not everyone has a blowtorch. You can have one. These are amazing. These are masterclass blowtorches. Okay, you can get them from cookserveandenjoy.com. They are, without doubt, in my opinion, the best blowtorches you can get, not from a DIY store. All right? Most of them are like these piddly, tiny little creme brulee torches and they're rubbish. This has got real power, okay? And it's instant. If you want one and you're in the market for one, go to cookserveandenjoy.com and get a masterclass blowtorch. And then just start to work it around the sugar and just keep it moving. Now, if you haven't got a blowtorch and you don't want to buy one, you need to get your grill really, 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 really hot and then just whip it under the grill until it caramelizes, but you don't want it there too long because you don't want to melt the custard, okay, which is why a blowtorch is good for this. All right, but can you see how it just sort of, it melts, and as soon as the sugar hits temperature, oh, I whistled a bit then. As soon as the sugar hits temperature, it caramelizes. But sometimes there's a little bit of sugar underneath, so what you need to do is kind of take it to that black stage, but not too far, okay? Because you want burnt sugar, not like bitter, but you want that crack. You need to have the crack on there, don't you? Like a creme brulee?
Do actually.
Do you?
Yeah.
I had one the other week. I went to a Turkish restaurant in Cockermouth, actually, and it was lovely.
Really?
I don't normally have desserts. It was orange blossom creme brulee. It was really good. It was really simple, and it was just this lovely custard, and it had an amazing crack on the top with the sugar, and it was just right. It was just the right size. Everything was right about it. It was really nice. Nearly there. Take your time with this, and if you're going to make this for like a dinner party, I don't suggest you do this until the last minute, because it will soften back up and draw moisture from the actual custard. So you need to really say, right, you lot clear plate, I'm going to make the creme brulee kind of thing. Right, almost there. Just going to get the edges. Right, we are almost there. Last little run over there, just to make sure we've got a nice sheet of sugar, like a good glaze, because I'm going to have to crack this open. Okay, so it's all glazed up, and with all good creme brulees, it is about this little crack that goes through here, isn't it? So what you want to do is just, I like to just serve the whole thing in the table and let everyone take from it. It cooks better. I think it's more impressive than all these dainty little things, but with all creme brulees, it's, look, listen.
Oi.
It's about the crack, all right? As I would say in West Cumbria.
Without the crack. Yeah.
There you go, but look. Ooh. Yeah, oh, look at that. That's what you want, is that lovely cream. You want to get down, get a California prune in there, and that is really, really good. Creme brulee flavoured with candied ginger, California prunes, absolutely delicious. If you want the recipe, go to californiaprunes.net, you can get it there, and I'll see you on the next episode.